Crater Lake, Oregon. It is the deepest lake in the United States, a place of crystalline blue beauty and haunting silence. But beneath its 1,900 feet of water lies a secret that hasn't seen the sun in nearly 3 decades. On September 23, 1995, a state-of-the-art helicopter descended into the caldera of this ancient volcano. It never came back out. Today, we're looking into the tragic flight of N6099Z. It's a story of a veteran pilot, a glassy water illusion, and a wreckage that experts say was likely obliterated by the very lake that now serves as its tomb. This is the account of the 1995 Crater Lake helicopter crash. The aircraft was a Eurocopter AS350BA, a powerful white demonstrator model owned by the manufacturer. It was practically brand new, having accumulated only 28 flight hours since its last inspection. At the controls was George W. Causey, a 51-year-old pilot with 10,000 hours of flight experience. He was a professional, rated for airline transport with over 1,000 hours in this specific helicopter type. The purpose of this flight was high-stakes business. Causey and his passenger, Edward Tulliners Jr., were flying to Las Vegas, Nevada. They were headed to a major business aviation convention, where this specific helicopter was to be put on display as a centerpiece for sales and demonstrations. They had stayed overnight in Aurora, Oregon, visiting friends, and at 8:30 a.m., they lifted off for what should have been the final leg of their journey. By 9:25 a.m., the helicopter reached the majestic landscape of Crater Lake National Park. To witnesses on the ground, the sight was breathtaking but unusual. The white helicopter was seen maneuvering at a low altitude, circling around Wizard Island deep within the caldera. Witnesses reported that the engine sounded strong and constant. There was no smoke, no sputtering, and no signs of mechanical distress. One hiker, positioned near the shore, watched as the helicopter began a gentle turn near the east end of the island. The conditions that morning were described as perfect, but in aviation, perfect can be deadly. The water was glassy, so still that it acted like a giant, seamless mirror, reflecting the bright blue sky above. The hiker noted that the white helicopter and its reflection were so clear they created a beautiful, perfect image as they moved together. The helicopter wasn't diving. It was in a very gradual, very gentle descent. For over a minute and a half, it continued this path. To the pilot, the lack of ripples on the water and the perfect reflection likely created a lethal optical illusion. Without texture on the water's surface, it is notoriously difficult for pilots to judge their actual height. Still at cruising speed with the engine roaring at full power, N6099Z struck the surface of Crater Lake. The NTSB report later confirmed the tragedy. The probable cause was the failure of the pilot to maintain sufficient altitude while performing low-altitude flight. Contributing factors were the glassy water conditions and a total of visual cues. George Causey, despite his 10,000 hours of experience, likely never realized he was about to hit the water until the moment of impact. In the days following the crash, search teams recovered only light debris, a door, seat cushions, and small pieces of the rotor blade. The main body of the aircraft, along with Causey and Tulliners, vanished into the depths. Officials estimate the wreckage lies 1,500 feet below the surface. A sonar survey in the year 2000 found no large pieces of the aircraft, leading to the conclusion that the helicopter was obliterated on impact. Today, the case is closed. The Park Service has determined that further recovery is not worth the risk or the cost. The 70 gallons of jet fuel have long since dispersed, and the lake remains a silent monument to a flight that never reached its destination.